All right, let's get right into it. We're going to tackle one of the biggest promises of modern tech today. How can AI actually save you time? Not in some futuristic sense, but like right now.
But before we get to the solution, let's talk about the problem. And honestly, it's a problem you and I know all too well.
You know that feeling, right? The to-do list just keeps getting longer, but the clock, well, it feels like it's actively working against you. If that sounds familiar, trust me, you are definitely not alone.
And that's the real tension, isn't it? Our workload grows and grows, but there are still only 24 hours in a day. It feels like you're running a race you just can't win. Or can you?
Well, this is where things get interesting. Because what if there was a new tool to help us in this race against time? So the source material is titled AI Strategies for Efficiency and Time Management. I mean, that's a pretty bold promise, right? It's saying AI isn't just a concept, it's a concrete strategy. So let's dig in and see what that actually means.
Okay, first things first, let's just quickly define what we're talking about when we say AI. Forget the sci-fi stuff for a second. For our purposes, think of AI as a bunch of super smart tools. Their whole job is to automate the repetitive, boring tasks and give you a major speed boost on the complex ones.
So how does this actually play out in your day-to-day? Well, the first big way is to think of AI as your new personal assistant, one that never sleeps and never asks for a coffee break. You know all those little things that eat up your day? That's what we're talking about here. Managing your calendar, sorting through that disaster of an inbox, typing up meeting notes. AI can automate all of it. And yeah, each one might seem small, but when you add them all up, we're talking about getting hours back in your week. It's huge. Okay, look at this. Before AI, you're manually digging through calendars to find a meeting time. With an AI assistant, you just say, hey, find us 30 minutes next week. Done. Instead of sifting through hundreds of emails, the important ones are just there, flagged for you. It's a total shift from doing the grunt work to focusing on what actually matters. AI handles the how, so you can focus on the what and the why.
But wait, there's more. AI isn't just your personal assistant, it can also be your personal research analyst. And this is where it gets really powerful.
Seriously, this is a total game changer. How many hours have you lost just trying to read through a super long report or get the gist of a complex topic? Well, imagine an AI doing that for you in seconds. Or what about that blinking cursor on a blank page? AI can generate that first draft for you, which, let's be honest, is usually the hardest part to get started. So the whole process just gets flipped on its head. The AI does all the heavy lifting at the start. The research, the summarizing, the outlining, and that frees you up to do the stuff that only a human can do. The deep analysis, the creative thinking, connecting the dots in a new way. You get to do the fun part. And this is a really important point. This isn't about AI replacing you, not at all. It's about AI being your co-pilot. Think about it. The co-pilot handles the routine checks and manages the systems, so the pilot can focus on the big picture, where you're going, and how to handle any turbulence. That's the relationship we're talking about here. So, this all leads to a really big question. If AI is handling all the tedious stuff, what do you do with all that extra time? Let's put a number on it. What if you could get back, say, 8 hours every single week? That's a whole work day. Just think about that for a second. What would you do with an extra day every week? This isn't just a hypothetical, it's a very real possibility. Because that time you get back isn't just empty time, it's an opportunity. It's more time to think big picture, more time to actually be creative. And hey, maybe it's just more time for you to recharge, to learn something new, to not feel so burnt out. So here's the bottom line. The tech can give you back your time, which is, let's face it, our most precious resource. But the technology is just the tool. The real question, the one you have to answer, is what are you going to do with it?